Hello everyone, and welcome back to the elegant edit into a very exciting festive video. This idea kind of came to me somewhat spontaneously the other day, and I was just writing a ton of notes in my phone, making sure I didn't forget anything. And I thought now is the time to get this video up because as I'm filming this, it is December 14th. Christmas is very, very close now, and I just thought if there are any last minute gift ideas that someone would need, I would include them in this video. And this gift guide is going to be especially helpful for any elegant ladies you have in your life, whether it's a mother, a sister, a friend, a wife, anybody. I think that if they're an elegant lady, they would really appreciate these things. And I am basically going to be sharing gift ideas that are things that I own, things that either I bought myself or were given as a gift that I really love owning and I really appreciate them. A lot of these things are useful. Some are just nice to have. Either way though, I think they'd make a really nice gift. So I really hope this video is helpful for you. And yeah, I hope you get some inspiration from it. I'm also going to be talking about some of my favorite brands in this video, and I will link below anything that I can. So I want to start out this video by giving you a piece of advice when it comes to gift giving. So first and foremost, I think most people would probably prefer to be given something useful. And that's not everyone. Like for me, I love trinkets. I love little things. So for me, like I'm such an easy person to shop for. I love so many little cute things. As long as it's pretty, I'm all about it. But I think it's important that whether you know the person well or not, I think getting someone something useful is important because, I don't know, you just don't want to get someone something that's going to be left on their shelf, not being used, just gathering dust. It's just something that's going to be taking up space in their home. I think that's not great. And obviously it helps if you know the person you're shopping for very well, but sometimes you might be buying a gift for someone you don't know very well. So just try to make sure it is useful. I think people overcomplicate it so much when really sometimes the simplest things, I know it sounds cliche, but it's true, and these cliche sayings are around for a reason. Sometimes the simplest things are the best and the most meaningful. So don't go broke at Christmas trying to get someone the biggest and best gift you could find. It is not about that, and I think as we get older, that just becomes more and more true. Like when I was younger, it's not that I was not grateful, but you know, when you're a kid, a lot of Christmas is about the gifts. It's quite exciting, especially, you know, with Santa and everything. It's very exciting, but really, truly, as you get older, like I genuinely, especially once I started earning my own money, I was like, I could just buy this myself. Like, if you want to get me this, get me this. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter to me. It truly is more about the people you surround yourself with. So just little reminder for you there. Something I recommend doing, I think this will be really helpful. Whether you know the person you're shopping for very well or you just got to know them recently but you need to buy a gift for them, whatever the case is, family, friend, acquaintance, doesn't matter. I think it's a really good idea to have a list in your phone. So on your phone, in your notes app, what you're going to want to do is write down the name or names of the people you need to buy gifts for or want to buy gifts for. It's not a need, it's not a necessity. Write down their names and then write a bulleted list underneath their name, listing all of the things that they love, whether it's hobbies of theirs, interests of theirs, things that they want or need. So again, this gift guide is specifically for the girly, elegant ladies in your life. And again, a lot of these are quite affordable, nothing too crazy. So just keep that in mind as we go forward. So the first thing I want to talk about is probably not something many people include in their gift guides, and that is the gift of an experience. I think these are some of my favorite gifts to receive because I think that when you give someone the gift of an experience, I think that they get to create their own memories from it, and that is more meaningful than having a physical material thing. Both are nice, but experiences are just lovely. It doesn't have to be a trip somewhere. It could just be something as simple as a voucher for a really nice restaurant in their area. And you don't need to give them $100, £100. It could just be $25. It could just be money toward a meal. You don't need to pay for the whole thing, but it could be anything. It could be, again, a 3-course meal at a nice restaurant. It could be afternoon tea. It could be tickets to the theater to go see a ballet performance or a musical. It could be a chocolate bar making workshop. I've done that recently. It could be a scrunchie making class, which I also did recently. It could be anything. There are so many experiences, classes, workshops that you could gift someone. And if you do know what they're into, this helps a bit. If you don't know what they're into, food is always a good choice. You really can't go wrong with that. Like I said, experiences are very memorable for people. It's more memorable than them opening a physical gift usually on Christmas. So experiences are great. You can't go wrong. There are some websites in the UK that I'm familiar with where you can gift people experiences, but do your own research. If you're not in the UK, I'm sure you can do this anywhere in the world. There are so many different experiences, and again, they're just so memorable for people. I don't really want to talk about gift cards in this video, but I'm just going to say one thing. I just kind of want to give a shout out to Etsy. I am a huge lover and supporter of Etsy. If you don't know what Etsy is, it is basically a huge online store where lots of small businesses come to sell their products. I think Etsy is such a great place to look for unique gifts. So whether it's a gift card for Etsy or you just look on Etsy in general, highly recommend, because usually you can find some really unique special things on there that you would not find in a physical store, and you're supporting small businesses from all over the world. So I just think it's really amazing. I always recommend it to people. And yeah, especially if you look ahead of time, you can filter through the search where you could say, oh, it ships from this country and it goes to this country. It's this amount of money or around this price, you know, you have a range. You can really filter through the results as well, so you can really make it work for you. And it's just such a nice way to find unique things. I love gifting things from Etsy, and I love receiving things from Etsy. So I just want to put that out there. I will highly recommend that, and it's just something I always talk about. So in today's video, I have 3 different categories for other gift ideas. So we have fashion, beauty, and other. So I'm gonna start with fashion and we'll go from there. And the first thing I wanna talk about is jewelry. Now, jewelry you just cannot go wrong with for the elegant ladies in your life. I think we all, like I am a huge jewelry lover. Now, you do not need to buy this person diamonds or actual gold. This could just be beautiful, high quality jewelry. It does not have to cost a fortune. And I want to talk about one of my favorite jewelry brands. One of my favorite jewelry brands is a brand that I discovered a few years ago through Etsy, and I now own quite a few pieces from them. The brand is Caitlin Minimalist. You might have heard of them. I think they're based in California. They have an Etsy shop, but they also have their own website. And I truly adore their jewelry. For the elegant ladies, I think we can all agree that minimal jewelry and just minimalistic, simple, dainty jewelry is usually best. I do have a few, I guess you would say, like bold statement pieces, but overall, as you can see, I really love dainty, beautiful, simple pieces. And Caitlin Minimalist, as you can imagine from the name, they sell exactly that. So I have it here on my phone. I just want to say, they have beautiful high quality pieces. So they have silver and gold. It's usually gold plated. I think it's 18 karat gold plated or sterling silver. So again, this is not going to cost you a fortune, but they're still high quality. They're going to last and they're going to be beautiful, I promise. So yes, you can choose between silver and gold for I think most or any of their jewelry pieces on their website or on Etsy. And you might be able with certain pieces to pick the length of maybe the necklace or the bracelets, possibly. Same with the sizing for the rings. I own one bracelet from them. I own lots of necklaces from them, and I'm trying to think, I don't know, I do own a few pairs of earrings from them, and they are all lovely. They are pieces that I reach for constantly. Of all of my jewelry pieces that I own, and I have quite a bit, Caitlin Minimalist is the brand that I'm always reaching for because they look good no matter what I'm wearing. They're good for every day or they're good for special occasions. So I highly recommend you check them out. Again, they're on Etsy. They have their own website. They're very affordable for jewelry. I think it's really amazing. So I always recommend that brand. Also, a lot of their things you can personalize with either your initial or your person that you're buying for, their initial, their full name, whatever it might be, you could personalize it. And I love a personalized touch. With all of the gifts that I'm going to mention, if there's any way you can personalize them, do, because I just love that. It makes it such a special touch. Another kind of jewelry or accessory brand I want to talk about is Fossil. So if you are going to be buying someone a watch, but again, you don't have a whole lot of money to spend, I think Fossil is a great brand. I own 2 Fossil watches and Tom has one as well. So they have men's watches, women's watches, and again, they're high quality, beautiful, and they're not going to cost a fortune. I have one that I just adore. I wear it all the time. It is gold. It is the Raquel watch. It is kind of a rectangular shape and it's just beautiful and classic. You really can't go wrong. So I would recommend the Raquel watch. I think it comes in silver, gold, rose gold. They even have leather straps for those now as well. I think it's quite a popular style with Fossil and I could see why. And I do believe that personalization is free if you buy a watch. I could be wrong though, but I have another watch from Fossil that is personalized with our wedding date on it, and Tom's Fossil watch has our wedding date as well. So it's just, again, another really nice touch to something like that. And yeah, again, it's not super expensive, but it's not super cheap either. So it's something that'll last, and I think it would make just a lovely gift. Next up is cozy and luxurious pajamas or loungewear. Especially at this time of year, I think cozy and warm gifts are always so nice to receive. Whether it's a blanket or socks or pajamas and loungewear, I just think that those are things that any elegant lady would really appreciate for days when they're just lounging around the house, or again, cozy evenings in. I think they're perfect. So there are a couple brands that I think do this really well. Now, this is not the most affordable, but the White Company does this so incredibly well, you guys. The White Company is a favorite of mine, especially for their pajamas. I just think their pajamas are the prettiest things in the world. I have a set that Tom bought me, I think last year maybe for Valentine's Day, and it's a little matching pajama set with little hearts all over it. They're really dainty and adorable, and I have other matching pajama sets because I love a matching set. You can't go wrong with a matching set, let me tell you. And what makes it even better is bonus points if you're able to find someone a matching set that is made with natural fibers. It's going to be so much more comfortable, better to sleep in and to lounge in, and it just feels more luxurious. So if you can find a matching set, whether it's loungewear, pajamas, that's made with cotton, linen, wool, cashmere, anything like that, or if it's a blend, that's still good too, but bonus points if you can get a matching set with natural fibers. That just is always more luxurious. It might cost a bit more, but it's an option. If you want a more affordable option, you don't need to buy natural fibers. It could be man-made if you don't want to spend the money. You have options here, but I just love a matching set. So the White Company, they are phenomenal for that if you have a bit more money to spend. Also, you can look at places like Amazon. Amazon, I'm sure you can find beautiful things that are high quality. You just need to search around a bit more. And if you're in the UK, M&S and John Lewis, you know, those are not like name brand designer items, but, well, they do sell those things, I guess, especially John Lewis. But from M&S, you can just get very simple, beautiful, high quality pieces of clothing that are going to last forever, and they're not branded. I don't love giant labels and brands that have to shout to be noticed. I love simple, elegant pieces, and I think you can find a lot of that at M&S and John Lewis if you're in the UK. So I'll link things below. But yeah, I just love cozy, beautiful pieces that you can wear on casual days at home or evenings inside. It's just the best. They just make you feel so put together. Again, even if you're just having a simple day at home. In relation to that, I also want to recommend things like a cashmere headband or scarf, leather gloves, leather belts, that kind of thing. So again, we're talking natural fibers here, ideally. But I would be just as happy to receive some really fun, fuzzy socks that are going to keep my toes warm in the winter. It doesn't have to be natural, but it's a bonus. So again, a lot of these things you can find at so many different places. The White Company, John Lewis, M&S are great options. There's Amazon. So yeah, look around, but honestly, those are such nice gifts. I have a beautiful black cashmere headband that keeps my ears really warm in the winter. If I'm going for a walk or I'm just going to be outside all day, it is amazing, because if you don't want to wear like chunky earmuffs, it's just the kind of thing where you could put it in your pocket when you don't need it, but wear it all day and it feels so soft and amazing on. I love things like cashmere headbands and scarves. Again, it'll just keep you cozy. It feels so luxurious to own these things. They don't have to cost a fortune, because the headband I bought from John Lewis that I'll show you, it's black. I don't think it was more than, I can't remember how much I spent. It might have been on sale, but it wasn't more than 30 pounds. So you can find these things for a great price. You need to look much earlier than December though. You need to start looking for these things earlier in the year. But yes, same with leather gloves. You can get those at many places. I know Accessorize in the UK do real leather gloves. So those are always nice and very chic. And I love a leather belt. Again, a real leather belt. I have one from M&S and John Lewis. Another brand I love is Kate Spade. I am a huge Kate Spade lover. I recently filmed an entire video about my Kate Spade bag collection. You can watch that. I will link it below. They have just such great bags for anyone. I really think that they have great options. They have simple, elegant, everyday bags, and then they have the really fun, crazy novelty bags. There's something for everyone with Kate Spade. And they don't just do bags. They do shoes, they do accessories and clothing, all of that. But I think their bags are obviously what they're most known for. And if you can't spend a ton of money, they have beautiful little card holders that I think are so, so nice. They have so many different colors and designs, and I believe they're probably somewhere between, usually you can get them for maybe between $25 and $35 or pounds, something like that. So those are pretty affordable, and they're real leather usually. So I recommend looking into Kate Spade card holders. And especially if you're based in the US, their outlet website is phenomenal, and you can usually find bags. Every day I feel like they have a new deal. You'll get an email quite often about different deals they have. And you can usually find a Kate Spade little shoulder bag. They're not always big because, you know, the prices are really good, so the bags aren't going to be massive, but you can usually find a Kate Spade shoulder bag or crossbody, sometimes under $100. So if you are in the US, look at the outlet website because it is phenomenal. I've gotten quite a few bags from the outlet and they were just such great prices. So highly recommend if you want to get someone a bag or leather accessories in general, or just really pretty cute things. Kate Spade is your girl. They do pajamas as well, really cute ones. So yeah, Kate Spade is a brand to look out for. Another brand that I discovered since coming to the UK is Katie Loxton. They have such great gift ideas. I highly recommend looking on their website. They are also known for their bags. I don't think they're real leather though, but it doesn't have to be. If you want to get someone a nice gift and you don't care if it's real leather, they don't care. They're beautiful gifts, and I do like some of their bags and things. So they do a lot of travel bags, handbags, again, more leather accessories in general, and some just really lovely little gift ideas. They do socks. I think they do some jewelry, luggage tags, all of that. So it's such a great brand to look into if you're based in the UK. I think they also sell them at John Lewis. So yeah, they're just lovely little pieces, and they do makeup bags as well. I have an adorable makeup bag from them that says Kiss and Makeup. So, so cute. So yeah, highly recommend looking into Katie Loxton. And now we're moving on to beauty. So it's not a massive list of things, but they're really lovely things. So the first thing I wrote down is anything silk. So we have silk pillowcases, silk hair wraps, silk hair ties, silk sleep masks, anything like that. If you need a more affordable option and you can't afford a real silk item, satin is always really nice too. It's obviously not exactly the same as silk. Silk is definitely more luxurious and more expensive, but satin is more affordable and it still feels luxurious even though it's really not. So if you can't spend the money, try to get something satin. Silk and satin are really great for your hair and skin, so silk pillowcases are amazing. My mother-in-law got 2 silk pillowcases and we recommended to her Lily Silk, the brand Lily Silk. I will link them below. I think they have a lot of 100% mulberry silk on their website. So I have a pillowcase that my mother-in-law, she ordered 2 and she gave me one. So I have a beautiful pink silk pillowcase. Now just remember, if you're going to buy something silk for yourself or for anyone, you do have to take care of it. You have to be careful when washing these things. You can't just throw it in the washing machine. So make sure that if you're buying it for someone, they know not to do that, because that would probably ruin it. Don't throw it in a dryer either. Don't put it on heat. Make sure you know how to take care of. Same with the clothing I mentioned. If you're going to buy natural fibers, please take care of them. Don't get it for someone who's just going to be careless with it. It's something that needs to be taken care of. So it's great for your skin to sleep on, great for your hair. It will help with reducing frizz and breakage. I really want to get a really nice silk hair wrap for my hair to sleep in. Again, satin is another affordable option, so don't worry if you can't afford actual silk. But again, keep an eye out all year round for these things. I know we're getting close to Christmas now, but for next year, keep that in mind. Don't just look in December. You need to be looking all year round, because you might be able to get a really great deal. Speaking of the White Company, again, they just have such lovely gifts in there. Well, actually, Tom, I think was it Christmas or was it our anniversary? I think maybe our anniversary this year. I asked Tom to get me a marble tray from the White Company, and I use it to put my perfumes on. So it's right here on my side. It is just made of marble. It is lovely. It wasn't cheap, but it's such a great gift idea. It just looks so elegant, clean, minimalistic, and it's just lovely. I have got all my perfumes on it, and it just looks so, so pretty. It's like such a pretty corner of our room, and I love it. So yeah, again, they do more. They have smaller marble pieces as well. But yeah, I know I talk about the White Company a lot, but they have the most incredible things. Again, if you have a little more money to spend, such a great place to buy gifts for people. They have a lot of homeware, they have bedding, they have everything you could want. And the last thing on my beauty list is a perfume. I know perfume is kind of a classic Christmas gift, but like if you know the person really well, you know what kind of scents they like, you can't go wrong. I don't recommend getting perfume for someone you don't know very well, because that is such a huge risk, especially if you're going to buy them an expensive perfume. If you're going to buy a scent for someone, you could always do a home scent, or like a room spray or body spray, but I wouldn't spend a fortune if you don't know them well. So when it comes to perfume, I would say if you're going to get someone a scent, make sure it is kind of a universally loved fragrance. It doesn't have to be anything expensive, but just make sure that if you don't know the person well, do your research, and if you see that so many girls on TikTok are saying, oh, this perfume is phenomenal, and you see every girl agreeing with her, then maybe you could try that if you want to. But if you know the person well, you know what kind of scents they like and scents they don't like, this will be easier. I think perfume is the kind of thing you have to ask for. If someone's asking you for perfume, then I think it's, you know, it's a good gift or a safe choice. It's just perfume is really tricky. It's a very, very personal thing. But a brand that I highly recommend you look into is Jo Malone London. So what I love about Jo Malone, first of all, their bottles are just so beautiful. Again, very simple, minimalistic. Not everyone wants a really fun, crazy bottle. Some people just want something simple and elegant. And Jo Malone is that brand to me. The bottles are all the same, I believe, and they have scents for men and women. You can go in for free and have kind of a personalized experience where you get to smell all of the fragrances and you get to kind of narrow down what you like, what you don't like. You can also have free hand or arm massages in Jo Malone. And they can personalize the cap to the perfume. So mine has AP for my initials and Tom has TP for his. So I have the English Pear and Sweet Pea fragrance. This is a slightly newer fragrance, but I think they're Sweet Pea and Freesia or Sweet Pea. Well, I can't remember. There's a more classic one that's that so many women have and love. So again, this is probably a scent that you can't go wrong with. It's a very fresh floral scent, perfect for spring and summer, so not quite wintry, but it's lovely, and it's just like my favorite fragrance that I own. So Jo Malone is great. Again, they have men's fragrances, women's fragrances. They have so many options as well. There's something for everyone in there. So I'm sure if you were to go in with your partner, with your friend, a mother, whoever it is you're shopping for, and you kind of get a sense for what they might like, maybe then they don't have to tell you to get them a perfume, but you can kind of be there while they're experiencing this and being like, oh, I love this one, I don't like this one. Just try to be with them while they're there and you can get a sense of what they're into. Now we're moving on to the other category, So these ones I'm really excited about. I just think they're such fun things. So where do I start? Okay, I'm gonna start with the book lovers in your life. Now, I'm a book lover. I love reading, especially romance. So for the book lovers in your life, the first thing I would recommend is getting them a special edition of their favorite book or of a classic book. So for me, Tom recently bought me a beautiful version. It's a special edition version of Little Women. Now, I've never read the book, but I love the 2019 movie. And technically it's considered a children's book, which I still don't understand why, really, because I don't know, maybe it's just understandable for children to read, like they can actually read it and understand it, but I don't really see it as a children's story. I love it, and he bought me the most beautiful special edition. It's this pink fabric cover with gold and red. Stunning. And so I also really want to get The Great Gatsby in a special edition because I adore the book and the story and the movie. So that is a book, or that is a gift idea that I recommend. If you know someone loves reading and they have a favorite book, it doesn't have to be a classic like Gatsby or Frankenstein or anything like that. It could be just their favorite book. If they make a special edition of it, do your research, try to find one that that person will love, and I'm sure they would love to own a special edition of their favorite book. Another gift idea for the book lovers in your life is bookends. So Tom also got me the most stunning set of bookends from Anthropologie a while back, and I did ask him for this. I think it was a Christmas gift, maybe last year, so I did ask him, so I knew I was getting it, but it was something I really wanted. And they are kind of these, it's like a bust, so a head on both sides, and I will show it to you. It is stunning. I have it up right now on the shelf in our room, and I have some books in the middle of them, and I love bookends. I've seen so many beautiful and unique bookends, especially since coming to the UK. I don't know why. There are so many amazing shops nearby, and I've seen some really interesting ones here. Like, I'm trying to think of some examples. I've just seen such cool ones. So I got mine from Anthropologie, but you can look anywhere. Again, Etsy would probably be a great place to look for this kind of thing. I just think bookends are so, so cool, especially if someone has the space for them. Yeah, I love mine. I love them so much. I look at them every day and I'm like, that is perfect. I love a bust. So yeah, I'm so glad that Tom got those for me, and I'm sure any book lover would love this kind of thing. And this one's quite simple, but I think a nice bookmark is a nice gift as well. If you are on a budget and you can't spend a fortune, but you want to get something for a book lover in your life, I got my friend Danielle, I can't remember what it was for, Christmas or her birthday or something, but it was a beautiful little metal bookmark with her name in it and her birth flower. I got that from Etsy. I will link it below. She loved it. She was so surprised to receive that, and she absolutely loved it. I know not everyone likes physical books. Some people like their Kindle, but I love physical books, and hopefully if you know the person and you know that they like to read physical books, then this is a good option. But I'll link it below for you. You don't need to have like their actual birth flower. You could pick any flower you like, but I just thought that was such a nice idea. So yeah, I got that from Etsy. I kind of want one for myself. I love a nice bookmark, and again, if you can personalize it, even better. All right, I'm gonna try to go through these last ones a bit faster. So this is another one that I just think is so cool. So this is from Etsy as well. I will put it on the screen for you. It is a purse holder. So many people don't know what this is, and I talk about it in my videos so much because I just think it's the best thing, and it's a great gift idea, especially a stocking stuffer. It is a little purse holder. So I got mine from Etsy. You can get them anywhere, except I feel like I never see them anywhere in person, so maybe look online for this. I got mine from Etsy. It's personalized. I got one for my mother-in-law last year as well. It has my name and a little flower on it. Mine is in silver. I think you can get it in gold, maybe rose gold as well. And it hangs off of a table. So when you go out to eat, you put it on the table, you hang your purse from it, and that way you don't have to have your purse behind you or on the floor. And it's such a great idea. I had one when I was a kid, and I've had it all my life, but eventually I upgraded to a nicer one, and it was from Etsy. So I will link it below. Such a cool gift. Men and women always comment on it when I use it. It's rare that someone looks at it and they don't say anything to me. People are always so fascinated by it. And again, you just don't see it. I never see that kind of thing in stores. So look online for it. I will link the one I have below. It's such a clever thing and so simple, but a really great gift idea, and I think it would be really great for the elegant ladies in your life. Next up is a Papier personalized diary. I hope I'm saying that right, Papier. It is a brand that Tom and I love. They do journals, diaries, stationery, all of that. I discovered it when I came to the UK, but actually Tom bought me a beautiful journal from Papier before we ever met in person. And it has my name on it, and it was such a beautiful gift idea. We get a planner or a journal / diary from there every year for the new year. So we have ours. I will show you. Actually, we've had 3 now, and they're so beautiful. They come in so many different designs, so many colors and styles. They're not super cheap, but they're not crazy expensive either. And again, you could probably find a deal on it at different times throughout the year, so keep an eye out. Always recommend getting someone a planner for 2026, 2027, whatever year it's about to be. Especially if you have someone in your life who's quite busy, they have a lot going on, they would really appreciate a planner, and Papier just makes such lovely ones. So we use it all the time, and it just helps us to stay organized, keep track of any upcoming events we have, it helps us to plan ahead. So yeah, it's a beautiful gift idea, and they're just so nice. Okay, the next few I'll go through quite quickly because they're kind of just small things, but next up is a nice loose leaf tee. This is for the tea lovers. It's not going to be for everyone, but I became a tea lover when I came to the UK. I guess that was bound to happen. I love herbal teas. I do like an English breakfast tea or like a vanilla tea with sugar and milk, but lately I tend to have herbal teas a lot. I like trying lots of different ones, and if you can, try to find quite a special one. There are some tea shops around that just sell really nice teas. I would recommend going somewhere like that rather than just a grocery store and picking out a box of tea. Like, you want to get them something in a loose leaf, in the loose leaf, what do you call it? I don't know, just not in a tea bag. Tea bags feel like every day, but loose leaf tea feels a bit more special. You can go, again, if you know what they like, or you think, hey, maybe they are into trying some different teas, maybe I could get experimental, give them something quite different. I think that would be so lovely, especially if it comes in a really nice container. Also, a hot water bottle. I never used a hot water bottle till I came to the UK, and it's so cold here in the winter that my husband bought me one, and it also is really helpful for that time of the month. Having cramps, having a hot water bottle on your stomach feels heavenly. And yeah, whether you're just cold or you have cramps, whatever it might be. Mine is from the White Company. Tom also got me that, and I use it all the time, at least once a month. And even in the summer I use it just because it just feels so nice on my stomach. So I love that. I think that's a really nice gift idea. Again, anything warm and cozy, you can't go wrong at this time of year. And another thing I have here is an advent calendar. Again, this is also nice if you don't know the person very well, or even if you do. They have beauty advent calendars, they've got chocolate ones, they've got ones with jewelry. If you, again, like, they've got something for everyone. Whether you want to spend a lot or a little, advent calendars could be a nice little gift for someone. Next up is framed artwork. Now, if you know someone who really loves and appreciates having nice artwork in their home, I think this would be amazing. Now, again, artwork can be quite personal, so you really have to know the person quite well to be able to do this, but it's also nice, and I would recommend looking into smaller artists, maybe lesser known artists, again, Etsy, and also if you can look at maybe local markets in your area, just local independent shops, whatever it might be. Finding beautiful pieces of art, especially if you can get it framed, I think that's such an elegant gift idea. I love that. You have to know the person quite well, like I said, but I think that could work out so beautifully. If you don't know the person as well, but you sort of know maybe what they're into, that might be good. You can keep it simple. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but I love that. And also looking at maybe antique shops for that kind of thing. I love antiques, you guys. That could be another option as well. So framed artwork for their home, I think that would be amazing. Next, I want to talk about handmade gifts. If you are a creative person who is artistic and you know how to make things with your hands, I think that's lovely. It could be anything. It could be crocheting or knitting. It could be something made of glass. It could be painting, drawing, whatever it is. I think a handmade gift is always so much more meaningful because it's not necessarily something you spent money or a lot of money on, and it's something you took time and effort into making for someone that you love. I think that's so special. And again, if you don't have a lot of money to spend but you're creative, why not do something with your hands, something that you made from your own heart. I think that's lovely. It doesn't have to be anything crazy special. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just knowing that you made it yourself, I think that's so lovely. Even just a handwritten letter. That's such an underrated thing. I think that's lovely. So if you're creative and artistic, or you want to try making something, even if it doesn't go quite to plan, I'm sure that person would really appreciate it. And the last thing I'm going to talk about in this video is paying for someone's subscriptions. So this doesn't have to be things like Netflix or Spotify. It could be if you want to pay for that for them. Paying for someone's nails. If someone you love, the elegant ladies in your life, if they get their nails done a lot, paying for maybe a few months or even a year ahead for their nail appointments, if you have the money to do that, that's amazing. It doesn't have to be for the year ahead though. Again, if you just have the money to pay for 1 or 2 months for them to get their nails done, I'm sure they would really appreciate that. I think that'd be really nice. Same thing goes for flowers. I thought that would be so lovely. And there are websites that do this. So in the UK, there is a website. We use it all the time to give our friends and family flowers. It's called Bloom and Wild. There's so many discount codes as well. You don't need to spend a fortune on flowers because they can cost a lot. You can go to a local florist, which is always nice to support local businesses and brands, but Bloom and Wild is just really affordable as well. It's a nice way of doing it if you don't have a ton of money. But they do subscription services where you can pay for flowers for a year, or again, if you want to pay for a few months, whatever it might be, whatever you can afford. That's such a great idea. I love having flowers in the home. If I could do that even more often, I would. They just make a home feel complete, in my opinion. They smell nice, they look even better. And if someone you know loves flowers, and if you want to do that for them, I think that would be amazing. Another idea for paying for someone's kind of subscription would be if they're into fitness classes. So if they go somewhere to take yoga or Pilates or whatever it might be, or even just a gym membership, if you want to pay for a month or 2 or 3 or a year, I think that is such a lovely idea. It's something kind of unexpected. I thought this was a good tip to pay for someone's subscriptions, because you just don't always think that, because it's not something that they wouldn't do for themselves. They're clearly already doing it. If someone's paying for fitness classes or getting their nails done, clearly it's not something that is unexpected for them, but it would be unexpected for someone to offer to pay for that for them. That's probably less likely. So I think that's such a great idea that I had recently, because no one really does that, I don't think. Like, I just never hear of anyone doing that for people, but I think it's such a nice idea. So I wanted to end it on that because I just thought, I don't know, I was proud of myself. I'm sure I'm not the first one to recommend this. I'm sure people have been doing that for quite some time, but I don't know, I don't see anyone recommending it, and I just thought I would finish off this video with that one because I thought that was a good tip. So that is it for my elegant gift guide video. I hope you found it inspirational and helpful. A lot of these things you can purchase quite easily, quite quickly if you need to, as a last minute gift idea. We're getting really close to Christmas now, so send this video to anyone who you think might need it, or if you need to give someone a little nudge in the right direction for gifts for yourself, then feel free to send it to them as well. Yeah, let me know your favorite idea, your favorite item that I mentioned. Again, anything I can link below, I will. I will link websites. If I can link certain specific products, I can do that for you. I'm gonna try and get this video up hopefully tomorrow, so that it's up as soon as possible for you. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. I had fun filming it. I was so excited to get this video ready and filmed because I was just so excited about the idea. It came to me quite spontaneously, and I was like, you know what? Now's the time. If I'm gonna share a gift guide, it needs to be now. Christmas is coming, so I hope you enjoyed. I'm so excited about Christmas coming, and I actually still need to get a couple more gifts for a couple people, so I need to get that done, but next year I'm going to be on top of it. Remember to start looking for gifts for people much earlier. Don't start in December. You might miss out on a lot of deals throughout the year if you only start in December. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.